Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears desperately needed to see some things change this offseason. They did. And when they hired Ben Johnson, I knew that he would carry one specific detail over to the Chicago Bears team: the importance of the trenches
that they had last year in Caleb Williams' first year. So if you think about these moves, you think about Ben Johnson, he's coming from Detroit. He's got great plays.
Oh, yeah.
Shit doesn't work, though, if you don't have any protection.
Bingo. Nope.
Detroit Lions had one of the best offensive lines in all of ball.
Oh, yeah.
So Jared Goff, who isn't that mobile, was able to do his thing. But Caleb is a mobile quarterback. So if we get that offensive line just a little bit good, and then we're able to go ahead and let Caleb cook, Ben Johnson probably has these fantasies of turning the Chicago Bears team into something they've never been.
Chicago Bears continue to make huge additions on their offensive line. This time, the top center is off the board. Sources say that Drew Dolman, the former Atlanta Falcons center, considered to be the top center in free agency.
In 3 days into free agency, this might be the most improved offensive line in football. And what I wanted to do is kind of break down a little bit of film on who they added and why I think this offensive line is, like I said, going to make a major improvement, a major jump into next season. I mean, just take a look at what Joe Tuni is able to do versus Vita Vea. Push him back 3-4 yards. I know he gets a little bit of help from his teammates, but essentially, this is what you need. This is a guy who's a veteran presence, who's a locker room leader, who can come in here, help develop some of the younger guys, and is a massive upgrade from anything that they had last year. Joe Tuni, in 2024, ranked the 5th best pass blocking guard in the NFL and the 23rd best run blocking guard in the NFL as well. A clear upgrade that was a must-need get for Ben Johnson in this offense. Now, here's a pass blocking rep versus Vita Vea. Does a great job controlling his feet, getting that right arm out, extending it, and then boom, right? Being able to hold this dude back is unbelievable. I mean, not once does he get by him, stays in front the entire time. Great footwork here by Joe Tuni, an instant upgrade, and a guy that's going to immediately take this offensive line from terrible to actually pretty damn good. Now get this, last season, the Chicago Bears offensive line ranked number 32 in the NFL. Yes, which is dead last in terms of sack percentage, right? They were allowing Caleb Williams, this rookie quarterback that's expected to be the greatest thing in the world, the next Patrick Mahomes, they were letting him get sacked the most in the NFL. 10% of the time, Caleb Williams was getting sacked. How unbelievable of a stat is that? But we all know Joe Tuni is going to immediately upgrade this passing attack and the protection for Caleb Williams. But they didn't stop there. They continued to add more offensive line pieces, and right before they actually added Joe Tuni, they added another former Ben Johnson guard in Jonah Jackson. Now, Jonah Jackson is a very interesting player, has a ton of versatility in terms of last year, the Rams played him against, or at, left guard, they played him at center, and they played him at right guard. So when you're going from left guard to center, back to left guard, over to right guard, back to center, back to left guard, I mean, it's going to be very hard to have a good season, and to be quite honest with you, he did not have a great year. But this guy has flashed potential in the past, and Ben Johnson loves him. Again, he played under Ben Johnson in Detroit for a little while there. He knows the system. He knows what Ben Johnson wants to do. And I think, again, he's going to be a day one upgrade for what they want to do on the offensive side of the ball. Now, the one thing I like about him is he always is looking for work. As an offensive lineman, that needs to be a priority. On this play, you're going to see him go, initially reach a double, but then he's going to make it to the second level linebacker. And again, these are the things that I love to see when I'm watching film. Okay, help out. This guy starts to come down. Let's go help out there. And look at this play here. So the offensive line is going to be in what you call a full slide to the left, which means all of these guys are shifting in this direction, okay? Now, whenever you're in a full slide, it really forces these tight ends to pick up on the man side. It's either a tight end or it's a running back, or this guy will crack back this way as well. That man side needs to be picked up because obviously 58 for the Seahawks is going to come off that edge. But watch Jonah Jackson here. He's going to initially reach the point of attack, help block out on Leonard Williams, I believe this is, but then he says, all right, my center might need some help. Let me help him out here, right? And then he picks up there. So again, I like this dude's ability to look for work, right? Now, I believe these first two additions really helped out the guard position for the Chicago Bears. You obviously have Braxton Jones at left tackle. You have Darnell Wright at right tackle. Two guys that they really like. Kevin Jenkins is a free agent. He's probably gone. But I like these two additions for them a ton, and I think they're going to really make a difference when it comes to protecting Caleb Williams. But then they added someone totally new in free agency, which was a priority pickup for them, and former Atlanta Falcons center Drew Dolman. Now, before we kind of break down Drew Dolman and what he adds to this team, do me a big time favor, guys. Hit the like button for more Bears videos. And if you want me to go through and individually break down some new signings in full analysis, let me know in the comments down below by saying part 2, but also leave a name down below. Like if you want Dio Odangabo, I can do that video, or Grady Jarrett, whoever it may be. Let me know in the comments. More importantly though, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be breaking down the Chicago Bears throughout the entirety of this offseason. Free agency signings, the draft, anyone they draft, free or film analysis, and then whoever they trade for, film analysis. So make sure you guys join the family if you haven't already done so. Now, let's talk a little bit about Drew Dolman. Now, I like Drew Dolman as a player a lot, and actually was ranked as the 4th best center in football last season, which is a very high remark. Now, he's a very different type of center than you look at when you look at, for example, the Detroit Lions, where Ben Johnson made a lot of his bread, right? Or made a lot of the name for himself in that offense. Drew Dolman is 6'3", 300 pounds, 26 years old. He's not a small guy by any means necessary, but compared to what they had in Detroit, he's just a little bit different. Now, I will say he's one of the best run blocking centers in football. This dude really gets things going in the run game, which is why I believe they're most likely going to go out there and bring in a Ashton Jeanty, Travion Henderson, a Quinshawn, somebody. They're going to bring in some type of running back to spark this unit. You already have DeAndre Swift, but with Drew Dolman, you're going to want to pound the football. Look at this. Look at this. I love the way he plays, because most of the time he's going to use one arm to block somewhere else, but then he's going to try to use that other arm to block in other places. Look at this, right? He's blocking with his left hand. He's not even looking to the guy he's blocking and trying to help out as much as he can, which is one of my favorite things about him. So, again, if the Detroit Lions, or excuse me, if the Chicago Bears are coming out here trying to run the football, unbelievable pickup. This is a guy I want on my team if I prioritize pounding the rock. However, in the passing game, he's not as good. Now, he's still good. He's ranked as the 21st best center in football when it came to pass blocking grade according to PFF. Now, 21st, you think about it, there's 32 starting centers. Not bad, right? It's okay. I'll take that. If you're getting a top-end run blocker, I would take a number 21 pass blocker any day of the week. Overall, guys, I like what they have done with this offensive line. It's a little bit different. You know, you add Joe Tuni with the trade. You don't really give up too much. You get Jonah Jackson in a trade again. You don't really give up too much. And then you sign Drew Dolman. This offensive line looks completely different for the better. And now I expect them to fill other needs in the draft. And that gives them a lot of flexibility in which way to go. Overall, they needed change this offseason, and man, change is exactly what they got. This team is going to be a lot more scary in 2025. Now, do me a favor, guys. Join the family. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next Bears update. Let me know what you guys want to see. Peace.